Greetings and salutations. Welcome back. Welcome back. This video is going to be kind of a two-parter. I'm going to try to keep it short. One part is a little bit of a discussion on where I'm at with the farms. And I've kind of come up with a good system that represents the overall MCRN theme that I've been kind of collectively been working on. But I wanted something that scaled in a certain way because you could do it to where if you find a really good solar system, you're kind of torn. You can either put down a bunch of these little bases or you can put down a larger base. So I wanted to give more flexibility but still maintain that same cohesion and theme. So what I've done here is I have basically I have a medium, okay? So spawn, and the medium is this. Let me get a little higher here. So the medium is this, okay? So here's the medium, and this is 399 plots, and I've been trying to get them to where they're even in their plot number. It's a little challenging. But when you come in here, and I'm really going for that greenhouse effect, and of course it doesn't really, there we go. When the lights come on, it really pops. I've left the signage as is because it's kind of up to you to dial your signage in as you plant your individual crops. So it's just one of those things, like it is what it is. And I left these rows because what I found out is you want to have these rows just be as long as possible so you can shoot down the row and just spam F and you'll get the whole thing. Because if you make a bunch of crazy plots and you separate them out, it takes a while. Like it becomes tedious to go through and get the plot and zig back and forth. But if you just have a straight row, you can shoot down the row, come back, shoot down the row, and so the longer the better ultimately. So this is my medium, which is still a pretty, and I'm going to try to do this in such a way to where you can see them all right next to each other. So this is a medium. That's definitely not the key I wanted to hit. This is the large. I believe it's this one. Spawn. And what's interesting is once you get, now you can see where it's just a little bit bigger. But it's so, and how I'm doing this is I'm breaking them down by the windows. And ultimately my goal is to have a small, which is one window, a medium, which is two windows, a large, which is three, and an XL, which is four. And I'm just gonna, and I've got this thing modulated in such a way that all I have to do is just add another bracket or subcolumn and extend it out. And I've used these kind of like these windows and this spacing to replicate out or to add another wedge in there, and so it splices out and stays uniformed quite a bit. And then I'm also able to kind of maintain some of my signage and whatnot. But there's a medium, and I'm going to do a small, and I'm going to do an XL. I know I already said that, but that kind of gives some shape, and you can really see how. Now this spawns in as a 6, but when you put all your crops in there, it turns into an 8. So my goal is to make this an XL that is a 10 that you can still spawn in. And then once, of course, once you add all your plots, it'll exceed the 10, but that's okay. So it's the largest volume you can possibly get to and still have, of course, you might be able to thin it out and have less oxygen, but you don't really want to compromise your oxygen, because the oxygen is what gives you, since it's solar, that oxygen is what kind of gives you that standoff time. So the more oxygen in there, the more time it can sit and be passive and not have your crops die on you. So that's where I'm at with this video. I just wanted to kind of showcase what some of my logic is and how I'm trying to build in some of the modularity and function on how this stuff works. And I still need to do a little bit of texturing, but for the most part, I actually have one of these in the game, functional, and I'm using it through the playthrough. And these little spots right here for turrets. And I borrowed heavily from Jeff's theme MCRN theme, and so I've tried to carry over some of that theme so the synergy is kind of taken throughout. So you try to make the turret pads like this. I try to make the landing pads kind of have same theme. I try to keep certain aspects the same, so it really, so when if you it can be have a synergy. So if you like some of his stuff, you can use his stuff. If you like some of my stuff, you can use some of my stuff, and it all kind of goes together in a larger package. And you can see where, I think what I'll do is I'll do a summary video at some point where I'll throw everything in that I've created and do like a giant walkthrough. But right now, I want to keep these on just the solar farms, and I'll share with some of the lessons that I've learned along the way. But as always, thanks for watching.